The Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission (NIPC), with a core mandate to encourage, promote and coordinate investments in the country, recently hosted a Direct Investors Summit, Nigeria 2018. The conference, tagged Investments Meet Opportunities, was done in partnership with the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS). The goal of the summit was to attract long-term investments into agriculture, transport, power, gas, manufacturing, processing and information technology. The summit brought together policy makers, domestic and foreign direct investors and Nigerian investment opportunities to a single location in Abuja over the course of 2 days. It also offered participants access to relevant data and a platform to network and discuss investment needs as well as opportunities in pre-profiled investment-ready projects across the country. Expectedly, the Bank of Industry was there and actively participated in one of the breakout sessions. Members of this panel are expected to discuss their various organizations' perspective to accelerating industrialization in Nigeria. Yelani Aliyu, Director General, National Automotive Design and Development Council, speaks about the bill that will revolutionize the local automotive sector.
The National Automotive Design and Development Council's key objective is to enable local production as opposed to continuing to bring in fully built vehicles. Key to that is the NAIDP bill, a policy that supports local production and discourages the importation of fully built vehicles, thereby keeping all the jobs in the country, allowing the scaling up of technology, and allowing the production and delivery of vehicles that are in tune with the culture, climate, and terrain of the country. So the NAIDP bill is one that once it goes and becomes law will support that local production. And NADDC is glad to say that that bill, which will do this great work, has been passed by the lower and upper houses, chambers, and we're just waiting for presidential assent. Once that happens, a number of the companies that are genuinely interested in coming into the country, companies that we met in South Africa not too long ago, like the BMWs, Fords, Toyotas, Nissans, are ready to jump into Nigeria and invest full-time.
Mr. Adetokunbo Ogundeyin, Group Managing Director and Chief Executive of Proforce, a defense service provider playing in the automotive sector, highlights some of Proforce's major accomplishments.
We build armored vehicles. Recently, we built the first mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicle. That's the MRAP, a 19-ton vehicle that is used in Sambisa Forest in the northeast to combat the insurgents. We are building quite an amount again, quite a huge number, to take to Sambisa Forest to defend for our military personnel in battle. And then, of course, we have the normal armored vehicles that the police use all over the place. We have the armored Land Cruisers and co. that we've built. But what Proforce has done is that to accelerate industrialization, apart from the technology transfer, what we do is that we actually design our vehicles. So you can't get that design anywhere. We design our vehicles in Nigeria, in Ogun State, to be precise. We build the vehicles in Nigeria, and we make use of Nigerians. So we have done a lot of transfer of technology. We actually bought a steel rolling mill in Songwater. It cost us over $80 million US. The steel rolling mill is actually meant to produce our ballistic steel so that we don't have to import all these things into Nigeria. And presently we produce iron rods, not only producing the steel, we actually export, in that same company, we actually export a lot of aluminum. So most of the aluminum ingots that go directly to Toyota in Japan. So Toyota uses they take all our aluminum ingots in building the Toyota Corolla. Not only that, of course, because of the backward integration that we have done, we have the tin rolling mill that produces tin ingots. We have the lead rolling mill that produces the lead ingots. So all these things are exported. We export every single thing out of Nigeria. And of course, it saves us a lot of foreign exchange and it earns us a lot of foreign exchange.
Mr. Jonathan Tobin, Executive Director at the Bank of Industry, tells the audience of how far BOI has come in funding businesses in the country, whilst also sharing the bank's ambitious efforts in securing offshore funds.
We have been driving our businesses over time with some support from government. But we realize that with government funding, you cannot expand, you cannot increase your outreach. So recently, not too recently, the management of the bank went into partnership with high network individuals in the country. People like Alhaji Dangote, we have a managed fund for him. We enter into collaboration with state governments. We're into collaboration with 25 state governments, where we raised about 11 billion naira, which we match. And the interest rate goes between 0% to 5%. Now, we are doing all these things to be able to raise money, to be able to meet the needs of the economy. But when it comes to lending to large corporates, we have been able to grow our risk asset. For example, in 2016, for example, we lent 65 billion naira to the economy, to industries. But in 2017, the lending to industries increased to 112.5%. Now, that is a huge fund into the economy. And we are doing that because we have a mandate to ensure that we transform the industrial sector. We have a mandate to ensure that we help ailing companies to recover. We also have a mandate to support small and medium enterprises. In the year 2016, Bank of Industry lent just 8.02 billion to SMEs, micro, small, and medium enterprises in the economy. But we felt that was not good enough. So in 2017, that was increased to 29.5 billion, which is over 260% increase. So Bank of Industry is doing a lot to support the industrial sector of the economy. Now, to further grow our risk asset, the bank risk asset stands close to 600 billion naira. Now, that is not good enough for an economy of our size. So recently, based on our ratings, based on our financials, BOI has taken a very big quantum leap by going into the international money market. Because we believe we cannot continue to depend on intervention funds from central bank and the trickles that come from federal government. So BOI is currently in the international market. We have engaged with 17 international lenders in a syndicated facility being coordinated by Afrexim to the tune of $750 million. As I speak, we're at the final stages of getting this money disbursed to us. Now, when $750 million comes into Bank of Industry, we're in discussion with the Central Bank of Nigeria for a swap, so that we'll give the money to Central Bank and get the Naira equivalent. We believe with a balance sheet size of 1 trillion plus, the Bank of Industry will do much more than what we have done so far.
Whether you're in the manufacturing, agriculture, mining, construction, information technology, or even the creative industry, the Bank of Industry remains your go-to partner in progress. Visit any of the bank's branches closest to you today and find out what opportunities await you there. Otherwise, log on to their website at boi.ng. With the Bank of Industry, you can apply for loans online. Just download the BOI SME Loan app from the Google Play Store and follow the instructions. For further information, feel free to tweet at me at KAY_Alayande. Previous editions of the program are available on youtube.com. All you've got to do is type BOI Weekly in the search area. That will be our package for today. Many thanks for watching. I'm Kayode Alayande. Bye now.